When you retire and there's no longer a company paycheck coming in, panic could kick in as you wonder how to replace that income. This leads many people to rush to claim Social Security at age 62, either to calm the panic or because they feel like they've earned it and they don't want to miss out. It's like having a headache and grabbing Advil. Quick relief right away, but just like with health, sometimes the fast fix hides a bigger problem. In this video, I want to show you why claiming early might feel like the right move, but could potentially cost you a lot more later. I'm Scott Sierens, a certified financial planner. I've helped dozens and dozens of people through this exact decision of when to claim Social Security. And here's what I see over and over. People rush to claim at 62 because they're scared of not having income, scared of Social Security running out, or just wanting to get back what they've paid in. But when we actually talk through their situation, many of them are surprised by what they didn't know. This isn't about fear, it's about making a clear, confident decision. So in this video, we're going to look at what really happens when you claim early. Not just the smaller check, but the costly trade-offs that can follow you for life. We'll unpack the fears, myths, and pressures that push people into claiming too soon. And most importantly, I'll show you how to help make a decision that you won't regret. One that helps you get the most out of your Social Security. At first, claiming Social Security at 62 might feel like a win. You've been paying into the system your whole life, so it's finally your turn to get something back, right? And when that company paycheck stops, the pressure builds fast. There's nothing coming in and bills still going out. For a lot of people, claiming Social Security just feels like the obvious answer. Some people even worry it won't be around forever, so they just grab it while they can. But that decision, while it might feel good in the moment, it can come at a cost. And not just a small one. The trade-offs of claiming early don't show up until much later in life when it's too late to do anything about them. And the problem is, these decisions are often made out of fear or pressure, not a real plan. It might feel right to finally get back something after paying in for decades. It might feel responsible to start income when the paycheck stops. And if you think Social Security is running out, taking it now might feel safe. But most people don't realize the full cost. Yes, the monthly check is smaller, but that's just the start. You could potentially be giving up higher lifetime income, better survivor benefits for your spouse, more control over your taxes, and flexibility later in retirement. What may seem like a good move today could potentially turn into a regret you could feel for years. So how do these decisions happen? For a lot of people, it's not about the math, it's about the messages that we've been hearing for years, like Social Security is going broke. You better grab it while you can. I paid in, I deserve to get it back. These beliefs don't usually come from a retirement planner. They come from coworkers, articles, or headlines. And when the paycheck stops and the pressure kicks in, those messages start to feel like facts. But building your retirement on those messages, that's where the danger starts. Let's break down what could happen when you follow those beliefs, and then why you should press pause before you claim. When someone like our hypothetical couple, John and Jane Sample, whose full retirement age is age 67, claims Social Security at 62, they're locking in a permanently reduced benefit, up to 30% lower than if they would have claimed at their full retirement age. So let's just say John's benefit at his full retirement age is $3,000 per month, and Jane's benefit at her full retirement age is $2,500 per month. But if they claimed at 62, John's only going to get $2,100 per month, and Jane only gets $1,750 per month. If John and Jane wait until age 70, they're looking at a 24% increase in their benefits to $3,720 and $3,100 per month, thanks to delayed retirement credits. Benefits increase monthly between full retirement age and age 70. Likewise, claiming early any month between age 62 and your full retirement age results in a prorated monthly reduction. So as you can see, that's a significant difference in monthly income when you claim as early as age 62. In addition, what really adds up over time is the growth on those numbers. You see, because Social Security has what's called cost of living adjustments. Would you rather get a 3% increase on $3,000 per month or a 3% increase on $2,100 per month? Waiting means you're not only just getting a bigger check, you're getting a bigger check that grows faster due to those cost of living adjustments year after year. So why does this matter? Because retirement isn't just about today, it's about every year from now through the rest of your life. Claiming early might feel like relief right now, but it can mean 20 to 30 years of smaller checks. And the longer you live, the worse that trade-off becomes. It could potentially become hundreds of thousands of dollars that could just be lost over time. Let's look at what happens in John and Jane's case. The selected dates column represents their full retirement age. So as you can see here, every year that they live past age 78, they'll have received more if they had waited until full retirement age to claim. And then every year that they live past age 80, they'll have received more if they had waited until age 70 to claim. Let's face the facts. People are living longer. Let's say they do live into their 90s. If they claim their benefits early, by the time that they reach age 93, they'll have received around $1.44 million in total Social Security income. But if they delay that until age 70, the number could grow to over $1.9 million. That's a difference of more than $450,000 just by making a strategic decision about when to claim Social Security. That's not just a little bit more money, that's breathing room. That's the ability to travel, gift to grandkids, or to cover healthcare costs. And those numbers are important. But what happens when life doesn't just follow this script? You see, claiming Social Security early doesn't just lock in a lower benefit, it also limits your flexibility. If you claim before full retirement age and then decide to go back to work or earn income from a part-time job or a side hustle, you could end up giving back a portion of your Social Security if you make more than the earnings limit. And beyond working income, there's another layer when it comes to flexibility, and that's called taxes. You see, once you start receiving Social Security, it can potentially trigger tax issues, especially if you're taking money from retirement accounts or if you have a pension. That's because up to 85% of your Social Security benefits can be taxable, depending on how much other income that you have coming in. This matters because retirement isn't always a straight line. Life changes. You may want to go back to work, not because you have to, but because you want to, or a great opportunity comes along. And when you've claimed early, you lose some of that control. Your Social Security check now becomes a constraint, not a safety net. It limits your ability to do things like Roth conversions or tax bracket planning because you now have that extra income showing up on your tax return whether you want it or not. We've seen where people have claimed early, then picked up part-time consulting or went back to work, only to realize their benefits were going to be reduced. And the bigger frustration is that it all could have been avoided with just a little bit of planning. Even more often, we see missed tax opportunities. A few years of strategic withdrawals from IRAs before claiming Social Security could have potentially reduced lifetime taxes and increased total net income. But claiming early, that can eliminate that window. Bottom line, flexibility is freedom. And the earlier you claim, the more of that freedom you might be giving up without even realizing it. Before we dive into a Social Security approach that you should consider, let's take a quick look at the impact claiming Social Security has on married couples. You see, Social Security isn't just about your benefit. Here's the thing, your benefit could also become your spouse's benefit. When one spouse passes away, the surviving spouse typically steps into the higher of the two Social Security checks. that then becomes their income going forward. So when you lock in a lower benefit for yourself, you may also be locking in a lower survivor benefit for your spouse. Let's go back to John and Jane. Let's just say they both claim early at 62 and lock in lower amounts. They have $3,850 per month coming in. John has the higher benefit and he passes away first. Jane now receives John's reduced benefit that he had locked in for the rest of her life. Their $3,850 per month income just became $2,100 per month. So the decision that they made to alleviate the fear and pressure to fill that income gap at age 62 could reduce Jane's income for 10, 15, even 20 plus years. We've seen this scenario play out. One spouse claims early, passes away in their 70s, and then the other spouse lives into their 90s on a benefit that's been permanently lower because of a decision that they made decades earlier. Then the remaining spouse has to pull even more out of their retirement savings to maintain their lifestyle, potentially leading to more stress at a time that they don't even need stress. It's not about the numbers. It's about helping to make sure your partner will have enough to maintain their lifestyle if something were to happen. Making a thoughtful Social Security decision isn't just about you. It can directly impact the lifestyle of the person that you love the most. So now that we've broken down the risk of claiming early, let's shift gears. What's the better approach? What do we tell clients who want more confidence, more clarity, and fewer regrets? Well, if you're ready to stop guessing and want help figuring out when to claim, I invite you to watch another video we've put together. In the video, we walk through ways to interpret your retirement income options and build a timeline that works for you. To do so, click the link in the description. You see, it's easy to think the right move is to get the money while you can, but that thinking is short-term, and retirement isn't a short-term game. When you really look at the numbers and what those numbers mean over a 20 to 30-year retirement, the truth becomes a lot clearer. The decision about when to claim Social Security isn't just about income now. It's about total income, confidence, flexibility. That's why we need a better approach. If the problem is fear, then the solution has to be clarity. And clarity comes from having a plan, not just reacting to pressure. So what do we recommend instead? What helps people make this decision with confidence and not fear? Let's talk about that next. A better way to approach Social Security is to stop focusing on how soon you can claim and instead start looking at how claiming fits into your overall retirement plan. Instead of reacting to pressure or fear, the goal is to understand your full financial picture. What do you have saved? What will your spending look like? What other income sources do you have? And then how do taxes, survivor benefits, and long-term income needs factor in? With that plan in place, you can figure out how to cover the gap in those early retirement years and time your Social Security in a way that supports everything else. This approach works because it can help put you in control emotionally and financially. You're no longer guessing. You're no longer reacting. You're following a plan that's built around your life. Let's break it down. Rather than jumping into Social Security at 62 just because that paycheck stops, here's a better approach. Number one, start with the full picture. What other income sources do you have access to, like pensions, part-time work, or rental income? How much is in your retirement accounts? What are your spending needs? Number two, map out different claiming ages. For example, here's a heat map we use with clients that compares claiming at different ages. It not only considers their Social Security, it also factors in how much do they have in their retirement savings. The darker the square, the higher the projection of monthly income. In this case, it projects that John and Jane would have the highest monthly retirement paycheck if they both waited until around age 69 to claim. Number three, factor in longevity. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If we just change one of these variables, let's just say John passes at age 87, the numbers shift. Now it projects a claiming combination of Jane claiming early and John waiting until 65 or 66. Number 4, use your savings to bridge the gap. If delaying Social Security helps maximize income, we look at how to use your retirement savings to create that paycheck in the meantime. Number 5, layer in tax strategies. Maybe you do partial Roth conversions while waiting, or manage your withdrawals in a way that helps lower your tax burden later. This flexibility disappears if you rush to claim. Number 6, consider the what ifs. What if you go back to work? What if one spouse lives much longer? These variables matter, and they all point to one thing. This isn't a decision to make in isolation. Why does this approach work better? Because it's not based on fear. It's not, I want it now. It's, how do I get the most value out of the system that I've paid into? Waiting to claim Social Security can potentially mean more income for longer, more opportunities for tax reduction strategies, more flexibility later in retirement, and if you're married, that your spouse could be left with a much stronger financial foundation. And the payoff isn't just about a bigger check, though that's part of it. A thoughtful claiming strategy could add hundreds of dollars a month to your retirement. Over time, that could mean tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars more to work with. But the real value is in having more flexibility, more control over your spending, your taxes, and how your plan supports both you and your spouse. It's not about finding the perfect answer, because really there is no single perfect claiming age. It's about using the tools that you have to make the most of what you've earned, with your eyes wide open. Remember that feeling of uncertainty we talked about at the beginning? The one that pushes people to grab Social Security at 62 like it's Advil? You don't have to do that. Now you know what to do and what to watch out for, and how to start making a decision that's right for you, not just the one that feels safe in the moment. If you're ready to stop guessing and you want help figuring out when to claim, I'd love to help. To take the next step, click the link below to watch another video where we walk through how to interpret your retirement income options and build a timeline that actually works for you. I'll see you in the next video.